What's up, guys, and how is everybody doing out there? I hope everybody's doing well. Today's video is just going to be about diving. That's what I love doing. That's why I'm here in Puerto Galera, Sabang, to do some diving. You know what? There were a few things on the list of things I wanted to see. Every time I come down here, I want to see this, I want to see this, I want to see this. There's two left. There's two left, but I can cross one off right now. Took me 69 dives to finally find one of the things I was looking for. Hold that thought, and I'll let you know later. Our first dive today, Sabang Point. Really mellow dive. We weren't down maybe, 17 meters, right around there. Coral reef. There was I think it's called a porcelain crab. You guys will see it in the video. I'm gonna kind of name off what I've seen, and then when I run the video, I'm gonna tag it so you guys know this is what I'm talking about, because a lot of people really don't know what they're looking at. So I kind of like let you know what it is that you're actually seeing. A little porcelain crab, maybe about the size of a quarter. Really cool, white with little red specks on it. Just a lot of little fish, some coral reef. Well, of course, coral reef. Trying to think of what else was on that dive that was pretty neat to see. Let me think. You guys will see. I mean, there's some fish here. I'm trying to show off these black and yellow fish. They got a really pretty color to them. The problem is when you get kind of near them, they kind of swim away. So it's hard to film them. But yeah, it was just a nice relaxing dive. Our second dive was what we call a muck dive. It's just kind of like a sandy bottom. There's some coral, but not a lot. There's some fish, but not a lot. But what's there in the muck dives are tiny little creatures. There's some tiny little creatures. There's this thing called a sexy shrimp. There had to be probably, I would say, at least a dozen, if not more, on this one piece of coral. Why do they call it a sexy shrimp? Because it takes its butt area, the back end, and just wiggles it around. It kind of flips up and like that. They're like an orange color. What else did we see? A cowfish. I've filmed cowfish before. You'll see that cowfish kind of have these like horns. They call them a cowfish. There was another fish down there. It blended in really well with the sand. Flat. It almost kind of reminded me of like a flounder, but you can see its little eyes. Mantis shrimp. Mantis shrimp, they're, they can be this big and this big. A mantis shrimp down there. Puffer fish. There were some puffer fish down there. Plus another just cool fish that I seen, and I thought, he's pretty cool, so I just kind of went down and filmed him for a while. Another thing we seen down there, and these things were neat. They're not a crown of thorn, sea urchin. There were these sea urchins down there, and they were black in color, but they were purplish and pink. And there was a group of them in one area and another area, and they were just sitting there and shaking, like their spines were just shaking. And I started looking closer, and you could see they were they must have been filtering the sand and getting what they want out of the sand, because in the one you could kind of see it looked like it was pooping, right? It was getting rid of whatever it wasn't filtering through its body and taking it out the other end. But I'd never seen that before, that many, and that cool looking color. So we've seen those down there. But guys, one of the things that I've been wanting to see now, I could check it off after 69 dives, is a seahorse. I said, you know what? I want to see a seahorse. And we were told, yep, there's seahorses in the area. So guys, I did see a seahorse. I did some filming on it, but it was funny. It was like shy. Every time I kind of got near it, it would turn its back on me. I couldn't get that nice seahorse look, with the nose coming down. But yeah, I finally got to see a seahorse. Another thing too is, I don't have my light on. I was told by a really reliable source, like seahorses' eyes are very sensitive, so you never want to put on light because their eyes are very sensitive. Matter of fact, in that muck dive, I might have used my light a handful of times, if that. We were only 6-7 meters, fluctuating right around there. Seen a turtle. You guys will see that. It was funny because there was another gentleman that was diving with us, and he never dove with us. And I nicknamed him Speedy Gonzalez. Why did I name him that? Our dive master or dive guide and stuff, he's coming along, then he'll reach back and he'll bang his tank, and you look and he's pointing at something. And what I do, and I've learned, you don't rush over to something real quick. As soon as you rush over, it's gonna kind of swim away. But this guy, Speedy Gonzalez, man, he just kept rushing over to things and rushing over to things and rushing over to things. And as soon as he got there, these things would just kind of swim away. So it's like you had to wait. I waited until he kind of like went his own way, did his own thing, and then I slowly went up to it where it went and filmed it. Another thing I seen was a giant clam. Seen a really nice giant clam. It was a baby giant clam, I guess you could say, because I've seen some big giant clams here. But yeah, I've learned you got to take your time coming up on things. Come in slow, have your camera ready, get ready to film. What's nice about the TG6, it has a nice zoom on it. But yeah, Speedy was a trip. Seeing this turtle, and boom, Speedy took off. I'm like, maybe the turtle will stay, or maybe the turtle will take off. Another thing too, when you're muck diving, you guys will see sometimes there's a lot of debris in the water, and that's because it's just a sandy bottom, and if somebody kicks their fin too hard or something, it just stirs up. It'll just stir up the sand, and then it floats in the water. Same way with the other dive, the first dive. Some of it you might seem like it's a little on the murky side. That could be the current just taking the water and taking the debris and whatever sand or whatever's in the water with it. So anyways, guys, I've rambled long enough. Just wanted to kind of let you know what you're going to see. Like I said, I will put it down in the video that you're watching. If I don't know, I'm not going to pretend to make it up. I'm not going to put something down and maybe it's the wrong type of species. And another thing you guys will see this. You guys know I do nudie. I like the nudibranchs. We found a nest of nudibranch eggs. I mean, it was neat. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was some type of flower in the water. We came up and he said, no, that's nudibranch eggs. And you'll see it. It's a pinkish color, and I mean, it's just neat looking. So, all right, now I've rambled long enough. You guys enjoy the video.
You ever wonder if days like these last with one another, with the feeling pass? Would you find out with me if it all starts to crumble? We'll search the pieces for a hope or a mumble. It's not for me to decide if I should be the one by your side. And hope we know when it's better to say goodbye. You ever wonder if we know what's best for one another? Are we just another project? We're both fixer-uppers, just waiting to crumble. If we search the pieces, would we be bitter, humble?